This isn't just about football, it's about respect. Or rather, the lack of it. On February 17th, 2026, Lisbon, Portugal, Real Madrid versus Benfica. Champions League night. Bright lights, roaring crowds, history in the making. Vinicius Jr. scores a brilliant goal to give Real Madrid the lead. He dances near the corner flag, his trademark joy, his Brazilian rhythm. But moments later, everything changes. What should have been remembered as another magical night in Europe became another chapter in the sport's long, painful history with racism. Minute 50. Real Madrid break fast. Mbappe slides a perfect through ball. Vinicius collects, squares up Nicolas Otamendi, drops a shoulder, curls it beautifully into the top right corner. A masterpiece. The stadium falls silent for a second, then erupts. He turns, dances at the corner flag, a celebration he's done dozens of times before. But this time, Benfica players don't take it well. Otamendi gestures angrily. Prestianni, Benfica's young Argentine winger, approaches Vinicius. They exchange heated words. Then, something shocking happens. Prestianni raises his shirt to cover his mouth and leans in close to Vinicius, saying something. Vinicius instantly reacts, shouting for the referee. He's furious, trembling, pointing toward Prestianni. The crowd doesn't know what's happening, but everyone feels the tension rise. Jose Mourinho rushes down the sideline, holding Vinicius back as Real Madrid teammates swarm around. Mbappe steps in, yelling at Prestianni, calling him out. The bench is clear. Referee François Letexier halts the match. He signals the anti-racism protocol. For nearly 10 minutes, the Champions League stops completely. Shoving, screaming, chaos everywhere. And after all that, nothing happens. No red card, no further punishment. The match resumes, but the story has already changed. Vinicius sits on the bench, head down, still shaking. He'd just witnessed another night where words cut deeper than tackles. He wasn't sure if he wanted to keep playing. Mourinho sits beside him, an arm around his shoulder. Mbappe paces, still shouting toward Benfica's bench. Eventually, Vinicius stands. He walks back onto the pitch. But from that moment until the final whistle, every time he touches the ball, the booing rains down from the home crowd. He keeps playing anyway, fighting anyway. The game ends 1-0. His goal wins it, but no one talks about the scoreline. They talk about that moment. When the whistle blows, the anger doesn't stop. Inside the tunnels, there's shouting. Security guards separating staff members. In press conferences, both clubs confirm that Vinicius reported racist abuse to the referee. Benfica say Prestianni denies using racist language. Real Madrid demand a full investigation. Mbappe, still furious, is seen screaming at Benfica's substitutes. "You heard it! Everyone heard it!" By midnight, clips flood the internet. The moment Prestianni covers his mouth and leans toward Vinicius plays over and over, frame by frame. Hashtag #StandWithVini begins trending worldwide. Headlines explode across Europe. Racism stops play in Lisbon. Vinicius targeted again. When will football learn? Thierry Henry speaks live on TV, calm, firm, devastated. When a player reacts like that, he says, there's pain behind it. People ask why he gets angry. Maybe ask what he just heard. He continues, "Who cares if it's always him? That's not the point. The issue isn't Vinicius. It's what was said." Rio Ferdinand posts within minutes. "These racist rats can't keep getting away with it. Why do we protect them? Why does it take outrage to see truth?" Micah Richards calls it cowardice. If you've got something to say it openly. You cover your mouth because you know it's wrong. Football legends, former players, all speak the same truth. Enough is enough. If you believe football should be a space for respect, not hate. Pause for a second. Hit like, drop a comment with hashtag #NoToRacism, and share this video so the message keeps spreading. Because awareness isn't enough. Voices change things. Hours later, Vinicius posts a statement. "Racists are cowards. They hide behind shirts, cameras, excuses. Nothing today is new. Not for me, not for my family, but I'll never stop fighting. He also questions the referee. I got a yellow card for celebrating a goal. Then, when I reported racism, the protocol failed again. It's not anger, it's exhaustion. Because for Vinicius Jr., this wasn't new. 2021, Camp Nou, called Mono. No punishment. 2022, Mallorca. Monkey chance. Declared not criminal. 2022, Atletico fans. Vinicius, you are a monkey. Case dropped. 2023, Valencia. Relentless abuse. Partial stadium closure. Vinicius, the victim, is sent off. He wrote later, "It wasn't the first time, or the second, or the third. Racism is normal in La Liga. Each incident brings statements, hashtags, fines, but rarely change. Even league presidents have dismissed him instead of defending him. Spain, Italy, England, the flags change. The silence doesn't. Eto'o, Balotelli, Lukaku, Alves. Different names, same story. When Ronaldo or Messi celebrated, it was passion. When Neymar danced, it was flair. When Vinicius dances, it's disrespect. Why? Because some people still believe joy has color. He celebrates the way he plays, loudly, proudly, unapologetically. He's called arrogant for doing what others are praised for. And when he speaks up, he's told to calm down. Being expressive isn't provocation. Confidence isn't arrogance. Nothing justifies hate, ever. He has cried publicly. He's admitted he sometimes loses the will to play. Imagine earning everything you dreamed of, yet still feeling unwanted on the pitch. That's what racism steals, joy. But he keeps showing up, dancing, scoring, fighting. UEFA investigated the Benfica incident. Weeks later, the same conclusion. Insufficient evidence. No sanction, no apology. Prestianni denied everything. Vinicius stayed silent. Thierry Henry summed it up. You don't cover your mouth to whisper compliments. You cover your mouth because you're ashamed. From England's Euro 2020 backlash against Saka, Rashford, Sancho, to Italy's chance at Lukaku, to Eastern Europe's empty stadium punishments. The epidemic isn't limited to one league. Football mirrors the society that fills its stands. 3 La Ligas, 1 Champions League, Club World Cup, Copa del Rey, over 110 goals, nearly 100 assists for Real Madrid. He performs when it matters most, against City, Bayern, Barca. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. Vinicius is proof that brilliance isn't enough to silence prejudice, but it's still the strongest answer to it. Football should unite, not divide. Yet each racist incident isolates those who give the game its rhythm. He's labeled emotional, provocative, too much. But maybe the real problem is that he's unapologetically himself. After Lisbon, Mbappe posts, "I heard it too. You're not alone, my brother." Other stars show solidarity, but many hide behind official statements. Football stands against racism. A sentence written, posted, and quickly forgotten. Change needs courage, not just PR. Fines won't fix this. Banners won't fix this. Only accountability will. When leagues treat racist abuse as seriously as match fixing, when referees truly halt games, that's when progress begins. Football's institutions must decide, protect image or protect people. Even after everything, he smiles, he dances. That dance is his rebellion. "They want to stop my joy," he once said. "I'll never let them." He plays for every kid told to tone it down. He plays for everyone, silenced and underestimated. And that's what makes him dangerous. Not to defenders, but to racism itself. He is still the nightmare of racists, because he refuses to bow. Football is a mirror. It shows genius and humanity, but it also exposes what we try to hide. When Prestianni covered his mouth that night in Lisbon, he covered more than words. He covered the truth that some people still think hate belongs in sport. Vinicius Jr. didn't just win that game, he forced football to look at itself. And now the question is, will it finally change? If you believe football should stand for unity, equality, and joy, share this story. Post hashtag #StandWithVinny and hashtag No to Racism everywhere you can. Let the message travel faster than the hate ever will. The game belongs to everyone, every color, every background, every dream. And until that truth is lived, not just said, the fight isn't over.